What's up guys, Eric here with Roaming Romances, and in my last video called Dating in Laos, I got a comment from a guy named Anthony. Thank you Anthony, one of my subscribers. Said, would love to see more of this country, Laos, and also how much things cost. So I got you Anthony, and thank you for the comment. And you know, one of my favorite things about doing this channel is interacting with you guys. This video I'm going to highlight my itinerary in Laos and the costs of everything from the hotels to the flights to the tours that I did. And I'll even put the links to the hotels and tours and things in the description if you want to check those out when you get to Laos. So yeah, I started off this trip in Chiang Mai, Thailand, one of my favorite cities. Really underrated city, I think. Second largest city in population size in Thailand, and I love to stay at one of my favorite hotels in the world. It's called Top North Hotel. Has a great swimming pool, great location, right there in the middle of, next to the Taipei Gate, near the old city and walking street in Chiang Mai, Thailand. But anyways, so I got to Laos from Chiang Mai, and I started off flying to Luang Prabang in Laos, which is a very cool, historic, very charming city. My flight cost 5,476 Thai baht, which is equivalents to $158, flying from Chiang Mai to Luang Prabang. By the way, that's a last minute ticket. I really booked it like 2 or 3 days in advance, so the price is probably a lot cheaper if you can book a week or two in advance, but I kind of pulled it last minute there. One cool thing about Lao Airlines, that's the airline I used, it was just a 1-hour flight, but they served food for free and gave free drinks and coffee and whatever you want. So shout out to Lao Airlines. Not many airlines will give you anything on a 1-hour flight, but that was cool. So I ended up staying 4 nights in Luang Prabang. I stayed at the Luang Prabang Residence and Travel Hotel, which was about $100 a night. Surprisingly, I did not find that many like cheaper budget hotels. Like I was talking about Top North Hotel in Thailand. That hotel is one of my favorite because it's only like $20 to $25 a night. And this hotel was $100 a night, and kind of in the same ballpark. But I didn't find that many cheap hotels in Luang Prabang. It's kind of a world, Oeska, how do you say it? World Heritage City? UNESCO, that's right. So those tend to be a little bit higher priced because they can. It's considered like a special city by an organization. Yeah, so $100 a night. It came with 3 beds in the room, which was more than I needed. I kind of laughed when I saw that. And no, it wasn't a hostel. It was all mine. So after 2 nights, I switched to another hotel that was about half the price of that, about $50 with just 1 bed. But yeah, I ended up doing one of the coolest tours in the Luang Prabang, and I've been to 25 plus countries and counting, and I'd probably put this tour in the top 5. It was really cool. By the way, this is the Luang Prabang Residence and Travel Inn that I was talking about, and no swimming pool or anything, but good Wi-Fi, air conditioning. It's right next to, this is kind of funny, a monk monastery next door. My room looked something like that. But anyways, yeah, I'll put this link in the description if you wanted to check it out. Luang Prabang Residence and Travel. But yeah, so I ended up doing one of the coolest tours I've done, and it was this one here, the 1-day Mekong cruise. That's the Mekong River cruise to the Pak Ou Caves and the Kuang Si Waterfalls and a local village. So that was my tour. What's cool is they actually served lunch on this for only $48. It's a good price, by the way. But the lunch they serve is at an elephant sanctuary. So we got kind of like a free 1-hour hangout with the elephants, as you can see in these videos. But yeah, I'd say cruising down the Mekong River with a sunset and everything, that was just like a sight to behold. And that riverboat actually went over to the Pacu Caves. We stopped for a while where apparently monks have been going into these caves for hundreds and hundreds of years. These waterfall, you can swim in these waters, in certain pools. I did that, and the water was so cold, but like in an awesome way, very, very refreshing. And then it finished at this small village where they were trying to get you to buy some whiskey, and they were giving free whiskey tastings. The whiskey has like, in the bottles, it has like a snake, like a real snake or a scorpion or something in there. Kind of cool, you can check out. But yeah, for $48, that is a good price on a tour, man. I've been on a lot of tours that are like 100, some even 200, that you finish and you're like, I don't know if I really got the money's worth, you know, but yeah, I'll put the link to this in the description too. So, by the way, in Laos, there's a lot of different currencies that you can use, and they actually kind of prefer either the US dollar or the Laos Kip. And you can also use Thai baht. All three of those you can use, and it's kind of funny, I feel like they kind of prefer the dollar. You got to be careful because, like, if your lunch costs $10 and all you had was like a $20 US bill, so you pay with the 20, they'll try to give you Lao Kip in return, and that the Kip is kind of worthless outside of Laos. So if you bring that money back and try to interchange it, I couldn't even find a place in Thailand that will take Lao Kip and trade it in for baht. So just keep that in mind. So from Luang Prabang, I flew down to Vientiane, which is the capital, and I was planning on actually taking the train down to Vong Vieng. I'm sorry if I'm butchering these, but it's supposed to be a really incredible place with hot air balloons, and the train was all sold out. Apparently you need to book 3 days in advance. So I flew down to the capital, which cost $150 to get to Vientiane on Lao Airlines. And there I stayed at the Sunset Mekong apartment. And I was really pleased with this, dude. This was only $32.40 a night through my reservation, and I ended up staying 4 nights here. So $32, that's for a daily rate, man. So if you could stay in a place like this for like a whole month, you get a monthly rate, which is like usually almost half. So yeah, this is like was great. It looks kind of tall and skinny from the outside, but I had a king bed that's facing out here, which is the Mekong River. Yeah, so the cool thing about this is it's right on the Mekong River. Like, I could easily just take a rock and throw it onto the Mekong River. And across the river, across this river over here, is Nong Khai, Thailand, which I was in a year ago last year, looking at this from the opposite direction. But yeah, you got hot water, air conditioning, very comfortable bed. Seems kind of modern for $32 a night, daily rate. Can't really beat that. The cost of eating in Laos, I found was about $3 or $4 for like a local restaurant, and that's a good price. But if you want to eat at like a foreign restaurant, like an Italian restaurant or a Japanese restaurant, it's going to cost probably $8 to $10. By the way, I'm a big tennis player, so when I was in Luang Prabang, I got the itch to play, and I went out to some different tennis clubs. I also went to some in Vientiane, but just to give you an idea of the cost, it was $5 for me to play for a couple hours, and it included a tennis racket rental and tennis balls. So $5, you can't beat that, man. And surprisingly, Vientiane had a whole bunch of tennis facilities. Some really nice with red clay. And anyways, I would recommend trying to go to both of these cities. Luang Prabang seems very historical. Some great markets there, great tours, and then you should check out the capital. I suggest staying here at the Sunset Mekong apartment. I'll put the link to that in the description. But if you wanted to, from there you can get right back to Thailand. There's a bridge there, and immigration, you can cross over, get into Nong Khai. Now you're back in Isan, Thailand. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.